Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode from TCG353. I'm Jamie. Today we are playing Sanji. You guys gave me the recommendation in the comments. It is a very aggressive deck that can swing from early. Sort of similar to Blue Green Luffy, but it has different lines and really cool combo potential. So if you like this video, leave a like. Please do comment as well. I actually love chatting to you guys in the comments. So please comment, and I'm making videos based on your requests sometimes because you have really cool ideas. So if you want to see a deck, just let me know. Let's talk about this first matchup against Black Yellow Teach. This is actually quite a good game and a good showcase of the deck. There's the first turn. Okay, let's start. The first turn we played out a bomb play to draw. On our second turn we play out the 2-cost 2k Kaya, which allows us to reorganize the 5 cards on top of our deck. What we do here is, because we removed the Lafitte already, we can swing with the Bonkley a second time. So that was 3 6k swings into our opponent, and they took 2, which is a huge result for us, and they'll swing into the Bonkley at the end. Them swinging into the Bonkley meant that, or rather, them swinging into the Bonkley, so them swinging into the Bonkley was fine for us because we knew we were going to go for this aggressive play next turn. And it was really, really nice. We could play the Ivankov into the Weevil's Mam. I forget what her name is. Buggy, is it? We played the Ivankov into Weevil's Mam, who played out Weevil from hand. We had 3 down left. We played a Daz Bones who drew us a card, and we attached it onto our leader to send the Weevil's Mam or mother, if you're from the States, or mum or mom, however you want to say it, back to hand, and restood the Weevil so it couldn't be swung into. Our opponent on their turn played a Shiryu, trashed a card from hand, which was the Lafitte, I believe, and played that San Juan into life, which is a 7k, which can make their leader 7k. So here, I wouldn't exactly say slight blunder, but we could have sequenced this a little bit better. So what we could have done initially here is just swung 6 with this character, but we chose to swing 7 instead, because they were always going to take the first hit, or rather they wanted to take the first hit to become 7. So we didn't need to swing 7 at the start. And now our next swing will be a 7, when it could have been an 8, you see what I was thinking here? They could have been an 8k swing, so they'd have to give us a 2k from hand, whereas now they only have to give us an 8k. Swing another 7. They redirected into Shiryu, and we will consider swinging 7 again, which we do. We were going to leave the Weevil standing and actually just search twice to get a nicer hand, but we've got a bunch of cards in hand, so we're okay with our opponent swinging into our board a little bit. They're always going to get that Daz Bone, so that's fine, but we do have a double attack up next. Usually Teach plays a lot of tempo, so they rarely attached onto their cards in the early stages, so their Shiryu swinging 6 into our Weevil, we were always going to counter that because Weevil is quite strong at the moment because we can restand it and do that sort of thing. It's just better for us to have a bunch of characters on the board as well. So first things first, we'll swing that double attack, see what they want to do, give us a 2k and a 1 maybe, or give us leader ability. It's totally up to them. We definitely want to use, I want to say 5 down for the carrot, and we use the law to play out the carrot. Now we'll play Daz Bones here to get a Don attached to draw a card, and we have a 2-cost to bounce back to hand. We'll swing 7 with our leader. We could have swung 7 here with Luffy again, but we swung 7 with Weevil because we thought we were just going to counter anyway, but they take that. So we just swing 7 with Luffy, and they give us a 1k counter. Unless they pulled into that 1k counter from life and they had no other counter in hand, then we made a misplay, but otherwise I think it was fine. Because they really weren't going to take a double attack there if they had counter. So that was the logic there, really. Our opponent swings into our board and we're able to protect it quite well, so we're happy about that. And they use the teach ability to freeze our carrot, which is smart of them because that means we can, or them freezing the card means they can swing with Shiryu next turn, and we're aware of that as well. So we'll swing 7 with Luffy again at the start to see what they want to do, and they give us the block immediately, which I'm not too sure about. To me, it signals that they maybe don't have much counter in hand. So here we choose to bring the carrot back to hand. Potentially what we could have done is just kept going for another turn and played out maybe 3 blockers from hand and a Daz Bones, bounce the Daz Bones back to hand, and then restood our Luffy that sort of way. We could have done that, but the way we sequenced it here was like maximally efficient for our Dawn. And so we're in a position here where we are absolutely going for game. So we swung 7 with our lead, they gave us 2 and a 1, I believe. They gave a blocker already. We swung 9 with Weevil, they gave us 2, 4 and a 1. And here we're swinging 9 with Luffy. If they can counter out of this, they win. They can't. And so we swing 9 with our Law. And that's all she wrote, really. Good game to our opponent. They only had 8k, 3k counter in hand at the end. So good game to them. I'm glad we went for the game. We could have forestalled it for longer, but playing against Teach, I mean, you kind of just want to go as fast as possible because their late game is really, really good. Now this deck we're playing up against now, Green Blue Luffy, is totally the opposite. It is super aggressive at the start. We're lucky that our opponent hasn't actually seen one of the Daz Bones or the Bonclays now, but they have searched into it with the Luffy, so they're happy about that. They played 2 Daz Bones on turn 2 and attach it onto their leader. Currently their Luffy isn't very powerful because there's only 2 characters with names on the board, which is very good for us. We play a very common combo with this deck, which is Mihawk into either a Cav or a Weevil. Incredibly strong. And the first game, I'll just talk about it really briefly, that 2 cost Kai at 2k. A very common combo piece with this deck is playing that out to bounce back to hand because you can order your life, and you saw earlier that we were able to order our life and use the Weevil's mother to get the Weevil out for free. And that actually exact combo came up very often in this deck, which was cool. We had a really nice sequence here. So they used the Galdino, so our Weevil can't attack, but we played out the Luffy instead, rested it down for it, attached it onto our leader, bounced the Mihawk back to hand after swinging with it. I believe we swung with it that turn, or else we swung into their Daz Bones. With the Mihawks, we bounced that back to hand, which is now a 2k, really strong. And our opponent has again frozen our Weevil, so Weevil can't swing anymore. And we'll see what we want to do with our turn. Unfortunately, we don't have a 2-Don card in play, which is a bit of a shame, but we do have this Law. So we're going to bounce the Weevil back to hand, and we're just going to bounce the Weevil back onto the board because the carrot isn't freezing anything at the moment. Potentially it could be more valuable to play the card out, but the Weevil drew us a card there and we were going to bounce it back to get the leader ability off. Notice there that we didn't actually use the Luffy to swing, which maybe was a bit of an error because our opponent got a double freeze off this turn. They'll swing 9 into us and they don't have Dawn to attach to Bonclay. We still have the card in hand, and I think the best way to play it out is just raw 5 Dawn. And we'll consider how we want to go about this here now. Because they have 1 character frozen, they'd have to attach 2 Dawn to Luffy for it to be a 5k, so attaching Dawn as the Green Blue Luffy isn't always optimal. We'll swing 7 with our leader and not bounce anything back to hand because we want the board state, and also the Law is going to become a blocker next turn because the no rest will fall off. So we have 2 blockers now, the Sanji as well. Sanji's a nice card to have on board because 1, it'll act as a blocker, and 2, we could bounce it back with leader ability if we wanted to, and then play it back out if they did have a blocker up on board. So here we go, our opponent swings 5 into us and we give them 1k. Swings 5 into us, we give them 1k. It's great to see them attaching Dawn here because that means they're not able to use the event. They would have had to play it over to the Luffy to use that event. They use the sword style here and rest both of our blockers and then swing 6 into our life. which is perfect for us because we had 3 2Ks left. If they swung 7 and 7 there, then we would have been at the mercy of what was at the end of our life. And here, so this was the line we were taking here. So we just like think about this for a little while. But I was going to go for game, but really actually what I was thinking about here was swinging double with card, freezing both unblockables and clearing their whole board, and then putting the Zoro down for a counter. If our opponent swung 7 and 7, they would have won. They sequenced it wrong because their last life in hand was bricked. So good thing they swung 6 and 8. I always believe in 7 and 7 because you're asking for more cards out of hand in that way. Okay, this game now we're up against a Black Yamato player who is maybe learning the deck, I think, or else just has something like a trigger finger when it comes to clicking buttons. As you can see at the start here, I do believe any second now they'll play out an event, and I think they believe that the event trashes 5 cards from the top of your deck, but it doesn't. But this game is a good showcase of what our deck can do, so I'm leaving it in. We'll play with the 2-cost Daz Bones at the start, and always when you're playing this deck, in my opinion anyway, always use the Daz Bones, or always mulligan for either Daz Bones or Bond Clay. Really just elevates the deck. Mihawk combo here is quite nice. We could go with 666 with the 2-cost in hand and swing that way, but I think it's just a nice way to swing is to go the 3-cost Mihawk into Cav and just flood the board that sort of way. Because they'd have to turn their blockers sideways, and to be honest, I'd give them 1k counter for that. Anyway, if they did turn their blocker sideways, and then they'd have to swing 5 into either life or else the Daz Bones, or they could go all in the Cavendish, which I'd also let go if they went really tough into it. So that's the situation here. We have 1k and 2k counter ready enough to protect our board, and now that they played their Takidamon, the card is actually much more valuable in hand. So we'll consider this for a second, and we actually let it go. So we let it go here because we have on the next turn the potential to swing a bunch. It'll actually look like 5, 7, 7, and we'll be able to play out a Weevil to draw a card. Good. We drew into a Daz Bones here, so maybe that's a consideration for us. We could swing like bigger with leader and swing 2 7s with Cav. We swing 5 first, and our opponent takes. We've drawn into the Bond Clay, but we trashed that. The reason we did is because we want counter in hand, and our opponent doesn't change their life total or their leader power, you know, like they don't become a 6k or a 7k. So the Daz Bones is just as good as the Bond Clay in hand, even actually better because it has the counter. So we can play out the Mihawk into a Weevil here because we bounce the character back to hand, and we'll finish off that turn with a Perona to search. And next turn it is absolutely going to be a card play, but the way we'll play around card is with this 6-cost Law, I do believe. We'll see what our opponent does here. I mean, it's their 7 down turn, so if they didn't waste the event at the start, they could have used Yamato for rush, I guess, and then rushed 5k into life, 5k, 6k, that sort of thing, and then tried to clear the Cavendish with the 8k. Since they aren't able to do that, they just play out the Yamato Raw and use the 8-cost unblockable Yamato. They'll swing 6k into 6k and we'll give them counter for that. If they swing 8 into 6, I'll actually consider protecting it as well. Or rather, no, I wouldn't have, because I would have to give them 2 2ks, and that would have just been a bit much, to be honest. We'll swing 5 first. That Mihawk is going to get bounced back to hand, so it's good to attach 1 down just to get value out of it, and 8 coming back to hand means I get another 2k, which is very good for the deck. We get a Momonosuke out of their hand, which is brilliant to get away from because they're going into their 9 down turn next turn. So we have stopped them from a very strong play. 6k swing with Cavendish, draw 2, trash 1, and we trash the brick. We don't need the Weevil Mother on the board, so we won't take it, and we'll restand Cavendish there. We'll swing 6, our opponent swing 1, gives us 1 and 2k counter. And so like we obviously are tempted to just go all in, but I continue the line the way it looked, the way we wanted to do it at the start, because I kind of felt bad for them, and they didn't have counter. So they should have obviously last turn used the 2k to counter out, but they would have only had 1k for that swing there. So GG's. Let's go into the next game. But the line we had was really strong. We were going to be able to freeze Kinemon, and the opponent we were playing against had the event, so I don't think they could have got lethal. They would have swung 2 8s, 2 5s, maybe 2 8s and 2 6s, which we would have had counter for. So let's talk about this Red Purple Roger game before anything. Tempted here to play with the Mihawk to flood the board a little bit with our Luffy, we can't, because the Luffy is a strike character, and so instead we'll go for a Daz Bones play Daz Bones out, attach it onto leader after our opponent takes, and no trigger there from them. We'll attach it onto leader, bounce Daz Bones back to hand, swing 6 with our lead, see what they do about that, and swing 6 again. So we're okay with swinging with the bond play here, because the reason is because they took 2 hits and we just wanted to put a bit more aggression on, or they took 1 hit. We just wanted, to get some counter in their hand. They didn't have a second body on the board as well, so them right now really should swing into the bond play to get rid of it, and that would act like a pseudo blocker for us, where they don't, which is, in my opinion, a bad idea, because I can get a bunch of value out of that card. Especially when we go into later game, I can leave the Bonklay standing with my leader ability after swinging with it. And if Roger becomes 9k, I can swing into 9k for 10k with just 1 dot, which is very strong. Now here we use Mihawk into the Weevil to draw a card and swing 7 with our lead, or with our Bonklay. We're going to swing 6 with our leader after that, and then we're going to swing 7 with the Bonklay again, which is a really, really strong turn. The Mihawk is going to be the card bounce back to hand, so we are going to gain a 2k into hand as well, which is really good. Here I think I started watching YouTube. I forgot to bounce something back to hand. Looking at our hand is pretty strong. We don't have many 2ks in all fairness, but it's not totally bricked up. A lot of 1ks and a lot of searchers, so we do have the potential to find something that we're looking for, but currently we're not actually looking for anything crazy. We'll swing 7 here. We do, as I said, now we have 2 2ks in hand, so if they swing with that buggy into the Bonklay, I'll actually counter out of it with 2k. And we'll see if they choose to swing into the Bonklay with their leader, or if they'll swing into leader with their leader, They'll search here, and my heart goes out to them, my heart breaks for them, my heart weeps for them that they didn't pick any cards to draw with their Shanks leader, or with their Shanks searcher, who searches Red Hair Pirates. It's not uncommon, I guess, for Roger not to be able to get a search off, because they sometimes have random decks, like decks that kind of don't make sense to me anyway. Thematically, it's not exactly a Roger Pirates build. Our opponent got confused with the order there. They swing into the Bonklay with leader, which is fine, but then they swing into me with buggy, which doesn't make total sense. Doesn't. We'll swing 7 into their life here. 7 is a perfect number because we can then restand it and then go all in. So we'll see when our opponent takes, or if our opponent takes after this. The worst things they could do after this turn would probably be like a Rayleigh rush, or maybe they wouldn't have a 10 cost after this turn, so it'd be a Rayleigh rush with leader, which we could survive. We played the Weevil's Mother and Daz Bones out, so we go 2 down over. We could be swinging 11 here, but instead we're swinging 9. Because we wanted to draw a card and get another Weevil out, just to kind of confirm our aggression for next turn. and here our opponent has to take that. So we could have swung 11, we went a bit, maybe greedy is the word for it, but we went a bit ham on the board just to flood it so that we could confirm the victory from next turn. Our opponent had a nice enough hand, but like they only could have played the Zoro, which was 7, which would have made them 9k, which actually would have been pretty good for them. But they had 0 life, so I just would have swung 15, and that would have been a game. Unless, yeah, that would have been game 2-1, or maybe not actually. Either way, it was game just there, so let's not worry about it too much. Hope you enjoyed these videos. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate all the comments that you guys have been giving and the support over the past week. I like that you like that there's daily content coming, so it's going to keep coming for you guys. Keep communicating, keep chatting. Let's have a good time while we're watching these videos. Thanks again. I hope to see you in the next one, and enjoy the rest of your time. I'll see you. Bye.